Today we are going to talk about how do you go about discerning who you should open up to or you can trust. Because I'm pretty sure we all been burned in the past with someone that was like really manipulative and tried to get you to do all these things that you don't want to, or they're just using you. So we're gonna get into that. But first, before I get into everything, I want to point out the fact that one, we're all flawed, so I don't want to be super nitpicky about like all the different things that people might do. I just want to focus on the ones that are really bad and I feel like we should really watch out for, and what exactly do they look like. And the approach that I'll be doing here is really in a way of focusing on habits, because habits are something that you repeatedly do, and if you can see them, then you can most likely see that they will do the same things again. And also, my question for you today is, what kind of people do you think we should be a lot more careful around? And if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and of course the bell. So the first one, which I really think it's probably the worst one, is manipulative. Someone that's manipulative is a person that's basically super controlling and willing to use everything that they can or they have to try to manipulate you into doing what they want. And this can be money, sex, emotions, cars, like literally anything they have to get you to, or even guilt trip you into doing something that they want. I want to give you guys some questions to ask so you can see these type of behaviors. And first one, let's talk about emotional manipulation. Guilt tripping is a huge one. They really try to get you into a place where you feel really guilty about doing something, so like you would do something for them. Or they can use jealousy to get you really jealous so that you'll be motivated to do something. They can also use anger, like you're really mad at the person, and the person just flips it back at you and becomes even more angry at you. That's a form of manipulation so that they can really gain control over the thing. And one of the things that really comes up repeatedly is the fact that no matter what you say, they can flip it back on you and then start to blame you for all the things that's happening, so that they feel always like the victim and that you're always the one that's wrong. And in that case, they can really get what they want. Some of the people use force, like physically, which is, if that is happening, I'd say get out there. And there are also people that are just very verbally abusive, which is what I'm talking about. Different ways where they are really trying to gain control and gain dominance over the situation. So some of these things you can't actually tell unless you're really close with the person. So some of the things that you can look for if you're just starting to get to know a person is, does this person have a habit of using people? Like, does this person use a person and then just brush them off to the side? Like, is this person actually genuinely care about the person and is just a friend? Or is this person looking for different ways to get an edge and then sacrificing people at the cost of it? This is one of the characteristic traits that you do want to look for, to see that if this person is manipulating the people around them and you just want to run away from that. So the second one, let's talk about self-centeredness. Self-centeredness is basically the person cares about themselves only. Pretty obvious. But here, I want to say that, in my personal opinion, I feel like manipulative is sometimes more dangerous than self-centeredness, though a person can be both. So a self-centered person is very inconsiderate. So they will do things like talk over people, cut people off when they're talking, or just cut in front of other people when they need something. And they are willing to basically make themselves the priority over other people. When you're in conversation with them, they talk about themselves, they only talk about themselves, and they don't really care about anything that you have to say. You are kind of like an accessory to their life, and it doesn't really, I guess, form a really mutual relationship. It's more of a one-sided one where you're there really to serve them. So one of the things that you could do to see if this person's really self-centered is pull back a little bit. Stop reaching out and supporting this person for a little bit and see if this person reaches out and sees how you're doing. in conversations, stop talking for a little bit and see if this person asks how you're doing, or this person just ends the conversation, keeps on talking, and just keeps, I guess, taking things for themselves. The last one I want to talk about is someone that's really egotistic. Someone that's really egotistic is a person with a very fragile ego, meaning that they want to really appear really confident, but at the same time, they feel really secure inside. Meaning, if anyone they feel like is a threat to them, they try to shoot that person down, and that's the end of it. They have to be able to one on the top, they have to be the best. If they're not, then everyone suffers. So what does this look like? This can be a person that is secretly envious of you and try to sabotage all your success. As soon as you are doing better than them, they try to push you away, or they start to really secretly hate you or want you to not do well as them. This is the type that is a friend and you don't really want to keep around you. So some of the things that you could look for is, does this person actually gossip behind someone else's back? Like, does this person gossip to you about different things that they heard, or they really try to paint people in a really poor light, or even lie and deceit to make other people look bad, or try to really tear down different relationships to get what they want? Also, does this person make fun of other people? Like, just openly make fun of other people, put them down so that they can feel better about themselves? Does this person like step all over people? And when someone else is better than them, does this person attack them or try to basically embarrass them? These are all different signs that this person feels really threatened by anyone that is of competition to them. And you can kind of imagine, if you keep this kind of person around you, then you will never exceed this person. So essentially, you'll be just used as a stepping stone for whatever they're trying to do. So around this person, get out. The ones that are mentioned, I feel like are people that are just, I guess, horrible people to be around. Are there like not as bad but negative flaws? Yes. But we all have these kind of like negative flaws, no one's perfect. So at to some point, we have to learn to accommodate for other people's flaws and not just kick people out whenever they don't fit like exactly what we want them to do, or they're not completely positive or encouraging. But as you start to look for these different traits, you can start to be a little more attentive, and your antenna will go up, and you'll be a lot more discerning into separating which person actually has your best interest in mind, and who's actually capable of helping you, and you want to also help them, and it can actually be a friendship that is mutual. And I believe that's what we both want. What we all want. But as usual, like, share, subscribe, comment, and if you guys have any questions, let me know. And I'll talk to you guys next time.